Right now it is currently 10:46 p.m. at night. I finished work pretty late, had dinner and pretty late, and now we're here. Nights like these, they're not the best just because I have work literally the following morning at 9 a.m. But today what I wanted to talk about to you is the vlogging gear that I use. So I get a lot of questions in the comments. What am I filming with? Because I don't actually film with the same camera all the time. I kind of switch between different types of equipment to get the type of shot that I need to get, and we're gonna open the door to that. But the main camera that I usually see all the time is the one that's filming right now. It's a Sony A7R Mark III. It's a beautiful camera, takes an amazing image, but very expensive. This camera in Canadian, it's the body alone without a lens is like over $4,000. That's what the setup looks like. As you can see, it is actually a 10 to 18 millimeter lens that I have attached to it. So this is a wide angle lens. Wide angle lenses are awesome because you can capture so much more of your room. The amount of space that's between me and the camera is actually very small. I would say it's about the length of my finger. Is how far I'm actually away from the camera. Like, well, the length of this. But to your perspective, it looks like I'm a lot further away, but I'm not. If I come this close, like with my face like right at the lens, I'm literally half a thumb away from the camera. To kind of allude to what I was talking about earlier, even though this is my best camera, it's not necessarily the best camera for every situation. You know, for example, I wouldn't feel comfortable bringing this camera to a party, or if I'm in a place where they don't like the look of a big camera, I can't bring it in, and that's kind of where these types of cameras become very handy. I kind of like to think of this as my undercover vlogging camera, where it's very discreet. It doesn't really catch too much attention when you're using it. This is the Sony RX100 Mark V. This is also a very expensive camera. This camera right now is running for almost, I think, $1,300 or $1,400 Canadian. It's a point and shoot camera with the flip out screen right here. It's not a wide angle lens, but it does take a great picture. So I'll kind of switch to this camera here. So this is now shooting on the other Sony camera right now. And then if we switch the audio to the Sony camera, this is what it sounds like with the onboard microphone on this point and shoot. As you can see, it's very clear how strong that depth of field effect is on this point and shoot. It's incredible. For example, if I put this lens right out there, look how quick it focuses onto the lens. It's instantaneous autofocus. It works extremely well. The last camera that I use, the camera that we all have in our pocket, is gonna be a smartphone. The only time I use the smartphone camera is when, for some weird reason, I can't use my point and shoot camera. So maybe I don't have it with me. Maybe where I am, they don't even like the fact that I have like a legit camera in my hand. When you start being a YouTuber or start making videos in public, you'll be so surprised by the weird restrictions that people have. I've walked into so many buildings and so many places where they say no cameras allowed. But what doesn't make sense to me is that we all have a really powerful 4K camera in our smartphones that I can just walk around the entire building with and take the exact same pictures, the exact same videos, and no questions asked using my phone. That's really where my phone kind of plays into that role. But to kind of show you though, this is what the front-facing camera looks like on my Google Pixel 3. This is kind of the image you'd get. It's not too bad. It looks fine. But again, I do, if I turned on the Sony camera, even though the image is not as wide on the Sony camera, I much prefer how it looks on the Sony versus my Google Pixel, all right? But I much prefer the look on my big camera than I do on either one of these other cameras here. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to drop a like down below if you guys did enjoy this video. Subscribe if you're new, and comment down below if are you a YouTuber? Do you make videos? What type of gear do you use? Or if you aren't a YouTuber, are you planning on making videos in the future? I know a lot of people these days want to start getting into this YouTube thing and make stuff because it's quite inspiring and quite moving to see other people do it, and people want to try it themselves. So is that you? Do you plan on making videos? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm gonna go to bed, okay? Well, make this video, then go to bed. Peace.